Welcome to Real Estate Daily. This is the 4th of July edition. Cue the fireworks. Yes, you're going to have that tomorrow or today, whenever you see this. We're going to go over a community in North Carolina that is proud to hold that flag up. Yes, that article and the zombie city of all zombie cities, San Francisco. We're going to talk about that all next on Real Estate Daily. Welcome, everyone. My name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in real estate, housing, and the mortgage markets. But today, it's about the 4th of July. Let's jump right into it. I am so proud. North Carolina, a actual community in Gastonia, North Carolina. It is literally just it's a suburb of a bigger city, and it's a 55 plus community. Check this out. Housing communities that will require patriots to fly the U.S. flag. So part of them qualifying for it is that you're going to have a flag out front. In fact, there'll be flagpoles. Everybody seems to be excited about this. Here it is right here. Developer of North Carolina neighborhood for owners 55 plus and older says his brand is only the beginning of a movement. And I agree. If you are patriotic, this makes sense. You want to be with other patriots. You do not want to be with non-patriots on inner cities. It is a complete mess there. We want to see this. Now, let's go further into it. It says parcels range from 17,500 to 75,000 for land. So if you want to build your own home in this community, you can. Or it says and homes cost 410,000 up to and up in the city 20 miles from Charlotte. A young girl, and they just talk about, how much fun it was to be there. A young girl rode a horse down a newly paved street flanked by American flags. She gripped the saddle in one hand, in the other hand, a giant flag. Her sandy blonde hair flowed in rhythm with the stars and stripes. I mean, okay, all right. It's a little cheesy here, but I like it. It's pretty cool. 1776 community, Falkhauser, that is the name of the developer, plans on more. Will also donate a home with no mortgage, free of cost to the wounded veteran through the nonprofit Building Homes for Heroes. Congratulations. Is proud to be here, man. Proud to be an American. This is what we want to see out there, is people helping people out, showing their patriotism. July 4th, in 1776 kicked it all off. And now every year we celebrate it, and we're celebrating being proud Americans. All right, so let's jump into it. Now the debate goes on for the non-believers out there, and we know that the first zombie city, actually I declared the first zombie city, which is San Francisco, but media can't believe it. This is from CNBC, their tech site. It says, I wouldn't count San Francisco out just yet, says J.L. Sarah Mancuso on Bay Area Real Estate. Well, I think she's a little bit tweaked at the moment. Maybe she's had a little too much Kool-Aid. Let's jump over to Peter St. Onge. Peter St. Onge he has his Twitter account. He is one of the premier economists in the United States. I mean, this alone has, and he put this out July 3rd. So yesterday he put this video out, and it already has 315,000 views, guys. 315,000 views. People want to hear what he says. And guess what? He is talking about the city by the bay.
Days ago, Bloomberg warned empty office buildings have become a, quote, debt time bomb. The piece kicks off with owners of gleaming office towers in San Francisco walking away from their debt, while San Fran's largest mall was just abandoned by its landlords, leaving a $558 million mortgage. Two hotels were defaulted, leaving $725 million in debt, while a $1 billion portfolio of apartment buildings was just stiffed. Happily, Bloomberg fingers the culprit: cheap debt. In fact, Mises Institute economist Mark Thornton maintains a recession tracker, the Skyscraper Index, that flashes red whenever a world's tallest building is born, as in cheap money overbuilds and ends in recession and real estate disaster.
Well, I'll stop him right there. If you guys go get a follow for Peter St. Onge over on Twitter. I think that we're seeing more and more people. You're seeing the truth over on Twitter. I know there's a lot of, anyone can say anything on Twitter. which is significantly less than 12 months ago when we only heard from one side, like you're hearing from the media. But now you're hearing from people out there that are real economists that have not been shut up. Peter St. Onge is definitely one of them. He has a lot of humor when he just talks as well. So that's why you're seeing a lot of people follow him and listen to what he's saying. But again, look at the debt sitting there in San Francisco. Look at what's happened with the blue team and with the blue state itself. Thank you very much, Gavin Newsom. You have been awarded the first zombie city in the United States. And we're seeing, this is the city he came from, by the way, that he said he wanted to make better. It's turning really bad. And I'll leave it at that, because now we can celebrate 4th of July and put San Francisco and the blue team behind us. Let's jump into it. So on Thursday, we just saw this huge jump in rates. And then Friday, we saw it kind of flatten out, a little bit of drop on the FHA side. We went over 4.8, which was very, very disturbing, if I want to say it, or alarming. If you were to call up a lot of your lenders, they're even way higher than this, because a lot of the lenders out there are even more scared. They just don't like this uncertain environment that the Fed chairman has put us in. And because of that, it's just this craziness. So if you look at conforming, we basically just didn't go up anywhere. We're flat. FHA went down about 6 basis points. Thank you. That was very, very key. We need to get under 6.5. We keep bouncing off 6.6. We have to break through that and get in the 6.5s, and I think we'll see a drop. Now, people are literally, the panic last week was Jerome Powell had come out and said, we don't plan to pivot until 2025. I don't know why he makes these, stupid predictions or says these things, because a lot of it is based upon what's happening on a month-to-month basis. How does he have the crystal ball? Well, we know he doesn't have a crystal ball, because in 2021, he called inflation transitory and decided not to do anything about it, and has put us in a bad situation. So why are you making these? Is there a political motivation out there? Is someone in Washington pushing you for it? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but he is moving the market, and we need him to stop moving the market. And the way to stop moving the market is to get rid of the Fed. The Fed has done nothing for us. Look at what the past is. They say that they're trying to keep money supply and the economy. They're trying to keep it at a level playing field, like everything happens, and everyone just cruises in slow growth. Instead, they are the catalyst for hyper growth and then hyper recession. That's how they've been now since the 40s when they were formed. And this is why I don't understand why we have them around. They do us no good. If we go back to 2021 and they would have stopped quantitative easing / money printing, and they would have raised rates because the economy was so good, ever so slightly, we would have been on a good track right now. Instead, all it was let's go print or quantitative easing like the worst of all time in a great economy, and then turn around and tell us that, hey, it was for our own good. And then in 2022, they raised rates at a faster pace at any time ever. And it's been a complete disaster. Complete disaster. Everyone out there, I always like when people say, hey, Troy, the inflation's coming down. Hey, if you go back to 2021 and the administration that's in right now, we're up 15 to +% on prices across the board. It is one of the worst times ever since Jimmy Carter back in the 80s. So what we're seeing is people thinking that the new norm is we're up 15, 20% on what? Everything? From housing to energy to food prices. It's not, guys. It's not good. And you're not going to see a difference. We need the Fed to pivot. All right, enough of this. I want to go and have an adult beverage, and I want to enjoy the 4th of July the next 2 days. Guys, we will see you. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments. Otherwise, happy 4th of July, and you guys take care and enjoy.